That's kind of open. That's not the best sign of things to come. Yes, we will see. Hey everybody, CR Media Gal here, also known as Andrea. Welcome back to my channel. Keeping in theme with Bookmas and my mini participation this December, I thought we would test out a new book company that I have been itching to try out without doxing myself here. This is a rather hefty box from Bookoutlett. Bookoutlett is an online store that sells, apparently they sell a lot of overstock, leftover books from high retail companies. They're supposedly brand new. They only came on my radar because I was suddenly getting hounded with videos on TikTok of people unboxing from Bookoutlett. So I thought, you know what? That could make for a very interesting video because I do have a whole first impressions set of videos that I do on different companies. I will link a playlist up here for you if you're interested in going back and looking at those. This is the first book company that I've done a first impressions video for, but I thought it could make for a fun video. We're gonna find out together whether I got scammed or if this actually is a pretty good deal. If you're new here, my name is CR Media Gal, also known as Andrea. I do a lot of book-related content on this channel, as well as some occasional fashion, lifestyle, lots of cozy videos in the mix. So if any of that interests you, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. I'm also doing a somewhat mini bookmas / vlogmas. If you want to get notified when those videos go up, be sure to hit the post notification so that you don't miss these videos. But yeah, I'm so anxious to dig into this and see if it's worth it. So let's get into it. It is like semi-open. That's a little discouraging. Just from the little bit of shaking I'm doing. I would say 99% of the videos that I watch, and I only watched a couple of them, people on TikTok that were opening from this company, it seems like the books are not well packaged. I have a feeling that's going to be the case for me as well. Let's open up and take a peek. This is going to feel like Christmas because honestly, I think I half blacked out when I placed this order. I'm just going to do a lucky dib in here and see what we got. For any of the hardbacks or paperbacks, with the exception of one book set that I bought, were all like $5 to $6. I think there might have even been one in here that was like $3 or $4. So pretty inexpensive for what you get. Everything in here does look like it was kind of honestly thrown in. Like there's no extra padding or bubble wrap for any of these. So that is the gamble that you take. I knew that ahead of time. Okay, first up is a paperback. So this one is slightly damaged on the cover there. And even the sprayed edges have a little bit of imperfections on them. Like that's a major one. There's a bit of black ink on there. What the heck? But this is actually book 2 in the Assistant to the Villain series. This is book 2, Apprentice to the Villain. This is by Hannah Nicole Marr. They did not have book 1. And I found when I was looking through their stock, there were a number of series that I couldn't get the first book for. So I'm gonna have to get those eventually, but I didn't want to miss out on getting the second or the third books of these because I just thought it was a good enough deal. The only thing special about this particular paperback is the sprayed edges. I have heard so many good things about this series. I would love to read this sometime in 2026, but obviously I do have to get my hands on book 1. Heard that this is quite a funny fantasy. But other than that, I don't know much else about it. Apprentice to the Villain is a laugh-out-loud fantasy romance with severed fingers rolling across the office floor and a murder incident board that hasn't left zero this quarter. As such, the story features elements that might not be suitable for all readers. I think I'm gonna go into this blind. This paperback is normally $20 new. I got it for like $5.99. I wish there were slightly less imperfections, but you know, book beggars can't be choosers. So off to a decent start. I expected worse. Yes, this was the second, I believe it's a duology, where I ended up only being able to snag the second book in These Violent Delights duology by Chloe Gong. This is Our Violent ends. There's a little bit of embossing on the dust jacket. It looks to be in decent shape. There is a little bit of a tear on the spine, and there is another one of those like ink marks on the bottom of it.
Whatever.
It's a standard hardback. Let's check out the inside. Is a little bit of embossing of a dragon. Looks like it's in really good shape. To my understanding, this is a retelling of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Beyond that though, again, I'm gonna be going into this fairly blind and I need to get my hands on the first book. Considering that this at full price was 20 bucks and I got it for $5.99, not a bad deal at all. So yeah, another lucky dip. Oh, this book has been on my wish list for, I feel like, at least a year. I don't know much about it, but the title and the dust jacket intrigues me. I saw the book outlet had it for, I think again, like $5.99, so I snatched it up. Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Peronic. Look at them. And as far as the dust jacket goes, it's in pretty good shape. Oh, there is another. I almost wonder if it was whoever packaged my order. Like they just went down the list and did that. Wish they wouldn't have, but whatever. And then just a standard hardcover. This is some kind of a fantasy. I have a feeling probably a dark fantasy. I don't know. It has like, in my mind anyway, it has almost like a Lord of the Rings kind of vibe to it. At least the dust jacket does. Very, very interesting. I feel like I read the synopsis when I first put it on my wish list and I've since completely forgotten. What dark secrets lie hidden in the spirit wood? Liska knows that magic is monstrous and its practitioners are monstrous. She has done everything possible to suppress her own magic to disastrous consequences. Desperate to be free of it, Liska frees her small village and delves into the dangerous demon-infested spirit wood to steal a mythical fern flower. If she plucks it, she can use its one wish to banish her powers. Everyone who has sought the fern flower has fallen prey to unknown horrors. So when Liska is caught by the demon warden of the wood, called the Lesgi, I'm sure I'm butchering that, a bargain seems better than death. 1 year of servitude in exchange for the fern flower's wish. This sounds really, really good. Some of these I don't even remember. This one, yes. Next up is another book that was all the rage on TikTok. I feel like it must have been early 2025, if not the end of 2024. Dagger in the Flame by Catherine Doyle. And I believe that this is a series at this point. I know the second book is either coming out soon or it's already out. I will have to double check. There's some beautiful gloss there and some gold foiling. Again, we have another marking. At the top of the books, nothing special on the hardcover. In a deadly game of revenge, the most dangerous mistake of all is falling in love. My understanding, this is definitely hard on the enemies to lovers. We love that here. In the dark underbelly of a beautiful city, two rival gang members are pitted against each other in a deadly game of duty and revenge in which the most dangerous mistake is falling in love. In Phantomore, a kingdom of cobbled streets, flickering lamplight, beautiful buildings, and secret catacombs, shade magic is a scarce and deadly commodity controlled by two enemy guilds, the Cloaks and the Daggers, the Thieves and the Assassins. On the night of her mother's murder, 17-year-old Seraphine runs for her life. Seeking sanctuary with the Cloaks, Sarah is set on revenge, but are her secret abilities a match for the dark-haired boy whose quicksilver eyes follow her around the city? This sounds right up my alley. I'm actually really excited for this. And again, I think it was $5.99. Quite a popular book. I'm actually even surprised I was able to get my hands on this. Oh, yes. Next up is a duology that has kind of been on my radar, seeing it pop up when I'm searching for new books to buy. I've also heard of this author before and heard really good things about her. Again, know very little about it, only that it's like a dark romantasy. I believe it might be about vampires, but don't quote me on that because again, I know very little about it. And let me tell you, I was shocked that this was available on book outlets and that I was able to get book 1 and 2. Coven of Bones duology by Harper L. Woods. And these specifically are the special editions. Stoked that I was able to get my hands on these for like next to nothing. But I believe the first one in the duology is the Coven. You can see there's a Target sticker on there. So these obviously were overstocked from Target, but those sprayed edges are beautiful. and they wrap all the way around. Is there a dot at the top? Oh, no, there isn't. On something with a sprayed edge like this, that makes me happy. Death is not your end. Has beautiful rose end papers. Nothing else really special about the hardcover. Oh, I love this dedication. For those who love them villainous. Raised to be my father's weapon against the coven that took away his sister and his birthright, I would do anything to protect my younger brother from suffering the same fate. My duty forces me to the secret town of Crystal Hollow and the prestigious Hollows Grove University, where the best and brightest of my kind learn to practice their magic free from human judgment. There are no whispered words here, no condemnation for the blood that flows through my veins. The only animosity I face comes from the beautiful and infuriating headmaster, Alaric Grayson Thorne, a man who despises me just as much as I loathe him and everything he stands for. Dark Academia, yes. Book 2 is The Cursed. It says death is his undoing. Beautiful sprayed edges again. Looks like we are free of the ink dot. Yes, we are. That's awesome. And nothing all that impressive about the hardback, but that's fine. These look like nice short reads, so maybe these will be a nice one for next September sometime, or even October, if I can put off that long to read them, but otherwise they will definitely get read in the near future, but they're in great shape. So I'm happy about that. Next is another book that I have heard so much about. I feel like this was popular like several years ago. I'm very, very late to the game, but I'm a newbie reader. I have a lot to catch up on. The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. This is just the standard hardback. This was obviously from Walmart. The dust jacket is pretty much in great shape. It has some fun page artwork there. And then it says a family first here with a lock on there. I know this was made into was it made into a movie or a TV series? One of the two, but I have put off watching it for so long because I really wanted to read the book first. Lights, camera, lies. 18-year-old Belle has lived her whole life in the shadow of her mom's mysterious disappearance. 16 years ago, Rachel Price vanished and young Belle was the only witness, but she has no memory of it. Rachel is gone, long presumed dead, and Belle wishes everyone would just move on. But the case is dragged up from the past when the Price family agrees to a true crime documentary. Belle can't wait for filming to end, for life to go back to normal. And then the impossible happens. Rachel Price reappears, and life will never be normal again. I'm not big into thrillers. I have a couple on my TBR, not too many, but this is one I did not want to pass up because I've heard excellent things about it. I want to read the book before I watch the movie or the TV series, whatever's been made about it. This was another one I had to snatch up. Lastly is a special edition set. I'm so glad I looked up on Bookoutlet. I was shocked that it was even available. This is going for sale for most book retailers for like around $50. Resellers are selling it for close to like $75 to $90. I was able to snatch this set for close to $25 and brand new. The US special editions of the Belladonna series. I've been talking about this series quite a bit on my channel of late. I recently finished Wisteria. Loved it, but it wasn't my favorite, actually. I expected that one to be my favorite. It wasn't. I still think Foxglove is my favorite, but I do want to reread at least the first book sometime next year because I was definitely not in the right frame of mind to read it at the time. I think if I reread it again tomorrow, I would give it a higher rating than I did. And I think about these characters all the time. So like that tells me that like I obviously loved it. I had to have it. I want special editions of this series because it means that much to me. The box looks undamaged, thank God. So I hope that's a good sign for the books themselves. I specifically love the hardcovers of these. So that's why I was willing to buy this set. But this is book 1, Belladonna. Absolutely stunning. There's a nice matte feel to it, and the titles are actually embossed and rather glossy. The hardcover is where it's at. I just think these are so pretty. Oh, I love it. Death and Signa there on the back. They're my favorite. hands down. Front says, it's said that 5 Belladonna berries are all it takes to kill someone. It's the front artwork. Back has Signa and death there. So beautiful. Box glove, which I do think has the prettiest dust jacket of the 3. Gorgeous. With more embossing on the title. That is so pretty. I love these covers. These are gorgeous. And then the back has Fate. And I can't decide if that's Blythe or Signa. It said that foxglove is most lethal just before the seeds ripen. Page character art there with the fox. And then slightly different on the back. The last book is Wisteria. I do have to get my hands on the Barnes & Noble edition of Holly to match these for sure. The title is gold embossing, and then the gorgeous hardcover again. So pretty. And that's definitely Fate and Blythe. Said that the wisteria vine is a symbol of immortality. Box with Blythe. Beautiful. Fate and Blythe again. The little fox. Oh, I love these editions. This was totally worth it. I'm so glad I waited. Was able to find this for so much cheaper than I've been able to find it anywhere else. So these are all the books. Holy smokes. That I picked up from Bookoutlets. Comment down below and let me know. Have you bought from them at all? Comment also and let me know if you have read any of these books on my list and what you thought of them. I think they are definitely a solid contender. Most of the time when I buy secondhand, I'll buy from places like Pengo Books, I'll buy from Macari or even eBay on occasion. But it's nice to know that you can get brand new books from a place like Bookoutlets for a lot cheaper than you would regularly, whether it's at Target, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, especially if you're somebody like me who's trying to do a lot of catch up. I do love my special editions. So knowing that I can also buy them fairly inexpensively, it's nice. You risk getting damaged books because clearly, like I said, nothing was packaged. They look like they were just thrown into that box. You get what you pay for is how I feel. I think I would absolutely check them out again. I hope you're enjoying my mini bookmas / vlogmas videos. Be sure to turn on the notifications if you haven't already and subscribe if you want to see more book content from yours truly. Thumbs this up. I'd appreciate it. And I'll continue to do more first impression videos. They seem to do fairly well on my channel. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are, enjoying the holiday season, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye. What is this series actually called though? It came on my radar. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to remember. What is this called?